Notre Dame Academy Baseball is on the air today from Capital Credit Union Park in Green Bay, Wisconsin. It's opening day for both of these squads, the Appleton North Lightning and the Notre Dame Tritons. For the Triton Sports Network, Dom D'Angelo reporting as the sun is attempting to poke its way out from behind the slew of clouds in the Wisconsin sky. The Lightning and Tritons are about to get underway. First of many, the spring season is finally here, and I think it's safe to say for both of these teams, probably the first time that each of them have been on grass, or at least outside in a while. This is a turf field here at the ballpark today. And coming up shortly, we will have the Appleton North Lightning. They made it to the regional round a season ago where they were upset by Appleton West 3-0 in the semifinals. So looking for a bit of a bounce-back season this year. Finished 14-8 a season ago, 12-6 in the Fox Valley Association. Their first three hitters today look like this, wearing number 6 and playing out in right field, Levi Watts. Playing out in left field, wearing number 3 is Thomas Carew, and the center fielder will bat third, number 17, Jackson Score. They will be facing the Notre Dame pitcher on the mound, Jack Collins, making the first start of the season. The left-hander for Notre Dame. And around the infield, the Tritons look like this. Miles Hunter's doing the catching. Sawyer Klein is over at first base. Gavin Retzinger at second. Brennan Freilich at shortstop, Drew Stajinsky at third, and in the outfield from left to right, Adam Guyette, Christian Collins, and Jack Freilich. So Watts is ready to lead things off, and we are ready to get underway in the spring season. Collins' first pitch of the season is in there for a strike. And we are experimenting a little bit. We do have a camera this time around for this year. It is a little bit far from where the action is. That pitch is low for a ball. So where I am sitting in the box over here, it's a little bit far. The camera doesn't do it full justice with where it is, as there's another ball low from Collins. 2-1 now the count. But I wanted to try to get the entirety of the field in your picture. The camera can rotate a little bit, so we should be able to catch some of those corners as Collins fires in a strike, count even at 2-2. But for someone like me who has been doing this for a while and knows the frustration with technology and everything else, just happy to have a camera at our disposal this time around. As Collins hits Watts, a leadoff hit by pitch. So a man on first and nobody out. That'll bring up Thomas Carew. It'll be a lefty-on-lefty matchup here. As now Hunter, the catcher, steps out for a moment. Not an ideal start for Collins. Hit the first man that he faces, and now some speed you can suspect on first. Watts is thinking about it. Here's the pitch from Collins. Right down the pipe for a strike. The next offering. Runner goes, and the throw is going to not be in time. A stolen base for Levi Watts as he now moves into scoring position. Count also evens up, 1-1 strike. As Collins is having a little bit of trouble here in the first inning. Left-handed batting, Carew in the batter's box. The pitch, try to play it down a bunt. He will. Watts will move over to third. Throw to first will be off the glove of Klein. Watts is going to come home and score a run. So an unforced error there makes it 1-0 in favor of the Lightning. So Carew safe at first, and that will bring up Jackson Score, the center fielder wearing number 17, an early error on the Notre Dame side of things. This is a team that has not played a whole lot of varsity baseball together. There are some faces and some names that you may recognize, but vastly different squad from a season ago. Last year, a 22-7 season for Notre Dame. They made it to the sectional semifinals before they lost a tough one 2-1, as there's a good fastball in for a strike. Lost 2-1 last year to Mosinee, and that was a crazy day with rain delays, and they had to actually end up moving the game location. Next pitch from Collins, swing and fouled out of play. So 0-2 now the count. Still nobody out, top of the first inning from Capital Credit Union Park in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Opening day for both the Tritons and the Lightning. Collins is taking a long look at first. Now here's the pitch. Runner goes, swinging a high fly ball out towards center field. Christian Collins will make the catch, and Carew will have to retreat back to first base. That's out number 1. So still a man on first here as Score flies out to center. Now, next batter will be Matthew Heitbus, and he will be pitching today. He's also batting cleanup. Heitbus, another right-hander. Collins offering to him, too tall for ball 1. Lightning wearing their almost a beige color, a yellowish top. White numbers, white lettering with white pants, navy blue helmets, variety of shoes. Big swing and a miss. Count even now at 1-1. Notre Dame wearing their blue tops, green numbers, green letters, white trousers, as Pat Hughes would say. Once again, variety of different shoes. And blue caps on top. Next pitch. Gets away from Hunter. Runner will advance down to second. As the count is now 2-1 on the Lightning pitcher for today. So a shaky start for Jack Collins to open. A swing and a miss. Runner will be forced to hold as Hunter had a little bit of a hard time controlling it. Count now 2-2. And this would be a big out number 2 for Collins if he can find a way to move past Heitbus here. Carew is down at second. He reached on an error earlier this inning. Breaking ball called strike 3. So Collins strikes out Heitbus looking. That'll bring up Tegan Kapinski doing a designated hitting for today. First offering to him low and outside. I'll tell you how much of opening day it is for all of us around here. He had me walking around getting the lineup cards and accidentally ripped it a little bit, just trying to get prepared for today. Ball once again low and inside. 2-0 the count. On Kapinski, another right-hander. Heavy right-handed hitting lineup for Appleton North today. The on-deck circle has another righty in it, Logan Hudson. Line drive out towards center field. That will be dropped by Collins. Another run is going to come in to score. And into second with a double is Kapinski, an RBI double at that. And that makes it 2-0 in favor of the Lightning in the first inning. So once again, another man in scoring position, and the first baseman, Logan Hudson. Another right-handed batter swings and fouls one down the right field line. So really some unforced errors here for Notre Dame to begin. Leadoff man was hit by a pitch, and then Carew reached on an error. And both of them have come around to score in the first inning. Next offering from Collins, breaking pitch, a little too tall. One ball, one strike. That one just misses. 2-1 now the count. Kapinski's hopping around down there at second base. One more out, and the Tritons are out of this inning. Pitch from Collins. Swing right at the shortstop. That gets past the diving Freilich. And coming around, there might be a close play at the plate. Throw offline. Another run comes in to score. Heading down to second base is Hudson. He will have an RBI single, and he will advance on a throwing error. 3 first-inning runs for the Lightning. Every man to reach has come around to score, and that'll bring up the shortstop, Nathan Ramos. Pitch from Collins misses for a ball. Still having to deal with some traffic on the bases. That one popped up foul and out of play. 1-1 now the count on Ramos, who is a left-handed batting shortstop, number 23. The lengthy lefty. Dealing with a 1-1 count. Next offering from Collins. Swing and a high fly ball drifting towards foul territory and making a nice catch out in right field is Jack Freilich to end the inning. But significant damage done. The Lightning leave a man stranded on second, but not before 3 come around to score. We'll see if Notre Dame can answer right after this. It's opening day from Capital Credit Union Park. 3-0 after the first half inning. We welcome you back. 3-0 after the top half of inning number 1. Appleton North done some significant damage. Their first pitcher of the year will be Matthew Heitpis, pitching opening day. The lengthy right-hander wearing number 2. He's got a good fastball. And he's going to be dealing with a Notre Dame lineup who have played. This variety has been interesting. I was talking to Coach Barker about this a little bit, just about the chemistry with this group. It's a new group, a new team, as is every year, but obviously some significant production in that lineup from a season ago is not here. So some new faces, and you're seeing one of them here. The right fielder, Jack Fralick, left-handed batter, will lead things off. He wears number 1, and he will be the first man Heidpitz sees this year. He swings and misses at the first pitch. The Lightning around the infield look like this. Otto doing the catching. Hudson at first, Campbell at second, Ramos playing at short. Reddy, the third baseman, as the next offering is in for a called strike 2. And around the outfield, from left to right, Carew, Score, and Watts. And a very quick 1-2-3 punch out to retire Fralick. He is gone down swinging, and that will bring up Christian Collins, who was moved out to center field these days. He played shortstop majority of last year. Another left-handed batter for Heidpitz. Swing and a ground ball back up the middle. That is going to get through for a base hit. So Collins a one-out single, and that'll bring up Drew Sajinski playing at third base. He's got a man on and one man out. Batting third in this lineup. Batted majority of the year last year in the 3-hole as well. Sometimes switched with Brady LaViolette every now and then. Collins is going to get a free base on the wild pitch. A little bit of a troublesome pitch that time for Brennan Otto, who's behind the plate, doing the catching for the Lightning today. Next offering from Heidpitz. Once again tries to go low. Good eye from Sajinski. 2-0 the count. And a lot of speed out there at second base with Collins. Heidpitz gives him a glance, and now he deals. Swing and a liner over the head of the shortstop, Ramos. Collins is going to turn. He thought about heading for home. He will hold at third base. And Sajinski is aboard. They have runners at the corners after back-to-back singles, and that'll bring up Adam Guyette. So a nice rally here for Notre Dame. 2 men on, only 1 out in their half of inning number 1. Heidpitz dealing with some traffic on the bases now. Deals inside for a ball. Guyette out in left field today. Batting cleanup. Takes a breaking pitch for a called strike 1. I've known Adam a long time. He's always loved baseball ever since he was a young kid. He's going to college to continue his basketball career, but has always been a very solid baseball player. Played on some very good Little League teams over the years. Swings and misses at this one. Strike 2. And he's looking for a big-time knock here. Try to get Notre Dame on the board. They trail 3-0 with runners at the corners. The next pitch is a breaking pitch and a called strike 3. Out number 2 for Heidpitz. That'll bring up Jack Collins. So far in this first inning, Heidpitz has given up 2 singles, but he's also struck out 2 batters, and now he has another lefty and Jack Collins to work with. This one bit outside, ball 1. The next pitch, swing and a miss, quickly evened up at 1-1. Sajinski and Jack's twin brother Christian on the bases. Swing, that ball gets away. It was foul tip, so it only goes as a strike. 1-2 now the count on the Notre Dame pitcher. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And the inning is over. They leave 2 stranded. 1 in scoring position. Bit of a missed opportunity there for Notre Dame. After 1 here from Capital Credit Union Park, 3-0 in favor of Appleton North. We'll be back on the Score and the Notre Dame Baseball Radio and now TV network. Back for the top of the second inning on the Notre Dame Baseball Network. The catcher, Brennan Otto, will lead things off for Appleton North after a very productive first inning where they saw 3 runs come across home plate. And in that first inning, 3 runs on 3 hits. They did leave 1 stranded on base against Jack Collins, who's back for his second inning of work. And he deals low for ball 1. The next pitch from Collins is low and inside once again for ball 2. And this is something that I think every fan of Notre Dame baseball has kind of been curious about coming into this year, the starting rotation. After a phenomenal season last year, ground ball will be fielded cleanly by Brennan Freilich. That's out number 1. And that will bring up Colin Reddy, the third baseman for Appleton North. Another right-hander, number 14. A crouch stance. And a low pitch once again from Collins. Trying to locate the bottom of the zone early off in this one. Big swing and a miss. Count even now at 1-1. Levi Watts, the leadoff man, came around to score in the first inning, is in the on-deck circle to the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. That one foul tipped away. So now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Collins looking for his second punch-out of the year. He actually hits his second man of the year. Reddy is aboard. A 1-out hit by pitch. So Reddy is aboard. And there was an announcement that Braden Campbell is playing second base. He is not in the batting lineup today. Back to the top of the order, Levi Watts. Swings and fouls, one back out of play. Well, we've already seen the speed of Watts in that first inning. He's behind here 0-1. He's got a man on first and ready. And Collins calls for time. Going back to the pitching mix, of course, you had Avery Duncan, who is at Dallas Baptist these days. That one swung on, popped up way foul and way out of play. Quickly, 0-2. Noah Smits had a very good season last year on the mound for the Tritons, as well as Aaron Hiroth. Couple bullpen appearances from a few others. But it was those three at the head of that rotation made a big difference. That one's just a bit upstairs. 1-2 now the count on Watts. The next offering from Collins. Breaking pitch up and inside. Count even now at 2-2. Collins is ready. He fires. Swing and a miss. And a big strikeout there for Collins. Out number 2 of the inning. Watts goes down swinging, and that will bring up Thomas Carew, who laid down a sacrifice bunt and ended up reaching on an error back in the first inning. Left-handed batter, left-handed pitcher. Swing and a pop fly. If it stays on the infield, it will be playable. Who's going to get it? Sajinski makes the catch to end the inning. So a bit cleaner inning for Jack Collins. The Lightning leave one stranded on first base. And we're back after this for the bottom of the second inning on The Score and the Notre Dame Baseball Radio and TV Network. Bottom of inning number 2 is just about to commence from Capital Credit Union Park in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Appleton, North, and Notre Dame on opening day, at least for the schedule. This is the opening day. Notre Dame was supposed to play Shawano earlier this week on Tuesday. That game has since been moved due to weather earlier this week. It will be played on Friday, May 2nd later this year. So opening day for Notre Dame, as well as the first official game in the books for Appleton North. Sawyer Klein will be leading things off in the bottom half of the Tritons inning. And he sends a fly ball foul out of play. Count even now at 1-1. Klein, the first baseman for the Tritons, taking over for Bryson Kane. Takes a called strike 2, 1-2 the count now for Heitpus, who had a pretty good first inning, all things considered. A big swing and a miss for out number 1. Klein is retired. That will bring up the catcher, Miles Hunter, who is expected to be in maybe a little bit of a platoon role as Kel Nelson, another senior on this team, as Hunter takes a breaking pitch for a called strike 1. Kel Nelson is in the concussion protocol. He's working his way back. There was thought that maybe he could have a chance about being ready today. Just not quite set yet. Hunter quickly down 0-2 on strikes against Heitpus, who has been dealing his last couple batters he's faced. That one bounces in for ball 1. 1-2 the count on the Triton catcher. Lightning lead 3-0. And that one, a good breaking pitch, a back-to-back strikeouts for Heitpist. Get the first two men he faces, quickly 2 outs, and the batter will now be the second baseman, Gavin Gretzinger. And the first pitch to him is low and away, ball 1. Big swing and a miss. That one just misses low. 2-1 now the count. Gretzinger wearing number 27. Takes a fastball upstairs, ball 3. This is the first troublesome count that Heitpist has had to deal with today. A hitter's count for the Triton second baseman. 3-1 pitch. Swing and a little looper towards the shortstop. An easy play for Ramos for out number 3 to end the inning. Notre Dame, no runs on no hits. They did not leave anybody stranded. A very quick 1-2-3 second for Matthew Heitpist. 3-0 Sheboygan North. Appleton North on the Triton's radio and TV network. Top of inning number 3, it will be led off by Jackson Score, the center fielder for Appleton North. They lead it 3-0 over Notre Dame on opening day here from Capital Credit Union Park. Dom D'Angelo with you on the Score and the Notre Dame Baseball Networks. Jack Collins, after a shaky first inning where he faced the first 7 batters in the Lightning order, calmed himself down a little bit, has hit a couple of batters. He hit both Levi Watts in his first battle of the season and then Colin Reddy in the last inning, but a couple of strikeouts since then has potentially calmed his nerves a little bit. Jackson Score will be the next man he faces. The right-handed batting center fielder flew out to center field his last time up back in the first inning. First pitch is low to him, ball 1. Next pitch from Collins. Inside, the third hit batter of the day. Just said it a moment ago. So the leadoff man is aboard once again for the Lightning. And that will bring up Heitpist, his second at-bat. Struck out looking his last time up. He's got a runner on first. Old-fashioned pitching duel. One in the batter's box, one on the mound. First pitch is in for a strike. The next offering, big swing and a miss. Quickly 0-2 on Heitpist. And just to put a bow on this pitching note that I've mentioned the first few innings here, Collins is the opening day starter, and with the schedule wrapping up quickly as there's a big swing and a miss for out number 1 of the inning, Coach Barker can confirm that in no particular order, Jack Fralick will see some work. Adam Guyette, Jack Collins, obviously, is the starting pitcher today. Sophomore Ty Bumgardner can expect some work. Drew Saginski, Sawyer Klein, and Drew Magnuson all will potentially get opportunities this year, either starting or some bullpen work. Big swing and a miss from Tegan Kapinski, who doubled his last time up. He came around to score in the first inning. Looking for another RBI here. He's got a man on first. A 1 pitch. Runner goes. Throw down to second is a little bit tall. Runner will be safe. A stolen base for score. And the count is now evened up at 1-1. Runner in scoring position now for Collins. He deals upstairs. Ball 2. Two, 1 out in the inning. Right down the heart. Just a little bit too tall. So now the count goes to 3-1. Hitters count for Kapinski. Looking for another RBI. Big swing and a miss. Full count now, 3-2. Score's got good speed at second base, so if Kapinski can get a hold of one here, it could certainly be trouble. Runners going. Throw over to third. Will be. Didn't see the call. It looks like he's going to be safe. Another stolen base for Jackson scores, so he gets even closer. Collins hadn't even thrown the pitch yet, and Score was off to the races. He's in safely. So now a man on third for Kapinski to work with, and still a full count. Big pitch here for Collins. He walked him, ball 4. Runners now at the corners. Logan Hudson, who had an RBI single in the first inning, is batting now with men on. And only 1 out, and there's going to be a mound visit here. Coach Barker is going to go talk to his starting pitcher. Hudson was left stranded back in that first inning on second base after driving in his run, and can certainly suspect that Coach Barker, being the type of guy that he is, just telling Collins to calm down a little bit, try to get a grasp of the situation. Big spot here with 1 out in the third inning. Already 3-0 to score. Runners at the corners for Jack Collins. And it looks like they might be making a pitching change this early. And it looks like the new pitcher is going to be Adam Guyette, who's coming in from left field to replace Collins, who's a little bit of an up and down first couple of innings for him. You suspected this with this Notre Dame team. They don't necessarily have the workhorse, the Avery Duncan type on this team like they did a season ago. So Guyette will be the new pitcher on the Notre Dame side. We'll take a quick break and let him get warmed up and be back on the Notre Dame Baseball Network right after this. So Guyette will come in a tough situation here. 2 on, only 1 out. And the batter is Logan Hudson. First pitch is in for a strike. Next offering is in for a called strike 2. Quickly 0-2 on the Lightning first baseman. This would be a big first out for Guyette in relief of Collins here. Pickoff throw to first is not in time. Just checking on the runner over there, Kapinski. Quickly diving back into first base to remain on first. Next pitch, outside, just misses. 1-2 now the count. And Appleton North a chance to break this one open in the early goings of this game. Next pitch, swing and a fly ball. That's going to be over the head of Freilich. Run is going to come in to score. It's an RBI single for Hudson. That's his second of the day, and the lead is now 4-0. And Kapinski will keep the train moving as he is at second base. Score comes around to score. And now Nathan Ramos will have his second at-bat of the day as Miles Hunter is once again stepping out, just making sure things are all set between him and Guyette before he takes on the lefty. Fouled back out of play. So Collins got through 2 1/3 innings of work before his day is done on the mound. That one fouled off and away. So quickly 0-2. Fastball is upstairs for a ball. Swing and a little looper that is going to be caught out in center field. The throw gets away from Freilich for the moment, but good work from Christian Collins out there in center. That's out number 2. So Ramos is retired for the second time on 2 flyouts, 1 to right, and now 1 to center. And now Brennan Otto, the catcher, will have his second at-bat of the day. Hit a ground ball to Freilich the last time up. That one is going to drop right in front of the left fielder for a base hit. Throw to the plate is going to be off the line. Another run comes in to score. Throw down to second. Runner will be safe there. 5-0. Appleton North, they add on to their lead. Coming around to score was Kapinski on the RBI single from Otto. And it hasn't necessarily been a huge knock, not a double or anything bigger than that, but it has been pieced together, piece by piece for Appleton North. As Guyette's breaking pitch will have the runners advance, throw down to third. Tag not applied in time, so each man will move closer. Hudson is now at third, Otto at second. And Colin Reddy trying to deliver even more damage in the third inning. Pitch outside for a ball. as the sunshine is poking just over the mound. Breaking pitch, good block from Hunter, but ball 3. So 3-0 now the count on the third baseman, Colin Reddy. As the sun starting to creep out a bit. I mentioned at the top of the telecast that it's been cloudy for majority of the day, as that's a 4-pitch walk. The bases are now loaded. And the top of the order is due up. Levi Watts will have his third at-bat in 3 innings. First pitch to him. Outside and away for ball 1. Notre Dame desperately needs to get out of this inning. Damage already done 2 runs in this half of the frame. Fastball right down the pipe for a strike. Next offering from Guyette. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. And 1-2 the count. Big pitch coming up. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Watts goes down swinging. They leave them loaded, but not before 2 more come across home plate. 5-0 the score. Notre Dame looking to get on the board. We'll see if they can when we come back on The Score and the Notre Dame Baseball Network. Welcome back. The bottom half of inning number 3 is about to commence. Brennan Freilich will be leading things off in the Notre Dame half of the third. Got this from Coach Barker just on what success means for this year. He obviously knows how important last year was, a 22-7 record for his program. And he said, our approach is to build on the success of the program in the year that we had last year. We had 4 guys pitch extremely well last year, and that is once again going to be the focus this year, just with a couple new faces. And it's opening day, so definitely some butterflies. You have to take that into consideration as well when you're talking about pitching and just getting in the flow of things. And kind of a rocky start for the pitching club here. They've given up 5 through 3 so far to Appleton North. Let's see if the offense can do something, as the first pitch to Freilich is low. There is some music playing in the background that needs to be turned off before we can get going. There we go. Freilich will call timeout for the moment. That first pitch to him does not count. First pitch to him that matters is upstairs for a ball. Next offering way upstairs, 2-0 the count. Next pitch is in there for a strike, 2-1. Freilich sends a fly ball towards right field, foul territory, nearly caught. Good effort out there from Watts, but he could not corral it. Count even now at 2-2. Heitpiss facing the younger Fralick. And he steps off the mound for a moment. Next offering, breaking pitch upstairs. And Fralick will take his base. Didn't see if that hit him or what exactly happened there. I think I missed a ball somewhere. So a leadoff walk for Brennan Fralick, and that brings up his brother Jack Fralick. So you have the Fralick brothers sandwiching this lineup here, batting 1 and 9, with both of them having good speed. Jack struck out swinging his first time up in the first inning. He's looking to get the first hit since the first inning for Notre Dame. They went down in order 1, 2, 3 in inning number 2. He fouls that one away. It's an even count at 1-1. Swing and a ground ball that will be fielded by Campbell, and he will take the easy out at first, out number 1. Brennan Fralick will move down to second base, getting a runner in scoring position for the Tritons as Fralick grounds out. Christian Collins, who singled his first time up, but was left stranded over at third base, will be batting with a man in scoring position. They're looking for Collins to have a big season in his senior campaign, the Northern Iowa commit for football. Looking for one last memorable year on the baseball diamond. 1-0 pitch, check swing. He did not go. 2-0 the count. And Coach Barker singing Collins' praises as well, saying that in practice he has looked ready to lead this team this year. Certainly something that Notre Dame is going to need, good production out of their center fielder. He's got one man on and one man out. And a 2-0 count, swing and a miss, strike 1. Bottom half of inning number 3, Lightning and Tritons on opening Thursday from Capital Credit Union Park. 2-1 pitch to Christian Collins is low for ball 3. Heitpiss is staring at Fralick at second. Collins takes a called strike 2. Count full now, 3-2. Collins, who has one of the 2 Notre Dame hits on the day, looking for his second. That one is inside, I should say, ball 4. So another walk dealt by Heitpiss. Collins is aboard. That'll bring up Drew Sejinski, who also hit a single his first time up in the first inning. And another guy that Coach Barker was very pleased with in practice leading up to the season. There is going to be a discussion on the mound. Maybe a change. Doesn't look like it necessarily coming yet for the Lightning. Head coach Mavs is out there discussing things with his opening day starter, and he will now walk back to the dugout. And they are going to make a pitching change. So both these coaches taking a look at their starters here. My mistake. No pitching change. Not quite yet. There is a strike thrown into Sajinski. Hype is still on the mound. Just a regular conversation with maybe some advice thrown in there as there's strike two. So he came back strong out of the gate after that discussion. That one, good block there from Otto. It's ball one in this count with Sajinski. 2 men on, 1 man out. Bottom half of inning number 3. The next pitch, swing and a ground ball right back to Heitpist. Throws to second for 1. The turn, it takes a bounce. Not in time, I do not believe. They get Collins out at second. Fralick will move down to third. Sajinski safe at first. And that will bring up Adam Guyette now with 2 outs in the third. Similar situation to the first inning. Guyette struck out looking his first time up. Takes one right over the heart of the plate for a called strike 1. Ball bounces. It gets away from Otto for a second. Not enough for Fralick to advance, but Sajinski will now move down to second base, so 2 runners in scoring position. Notre Dame still does not have a hit in this inning. They've had 2 reach on walks, and Sajinski reached on a fielder's choice. Guyette swings and misses. 1-2 count on the Triton left fielder. Looking for a big knock here. One-two pitch. Low and outside, ball 2. Two-two pitch is outside for ball 3. The count now full. And now Otto's going to go out and talk to Heitpist about strategy here in a big spot for the Lightning. That was a pretty quick conversation as Otto's heading back to his spot. Three-two pitch, and that's ball 4, dealt to Guyette. The bases are now loaded. Guyette reaches on the 3rd walk of the inning. Dealt by Heitpist. That will bring up Jack Collins, a left-handed batter. Struck out swinging his first time up in the first inning, and a big opportunity for Notre Dame to get a couple across home plate, swings and fouls, one back out of play. Next offering to Collins is in there for a strike. Quickly 0-2 count. So you had Brennan Fralick reach on a walk. Christian Collins reach on a walk, and then he was out for be a fielder's choice. And Guyette was a 3rd walk. Swing and a miss. Collins goes down. Heitpist gets in and out of a jam, leaves them loaded. The score is 5-0 after 3 innings of play. We move to the 4th on the score and the Notre Dame Baseball Radio and TV Network. The 4th inning is about to be underway. Adam Guyette is still on the mound in relief of Jack Collins, who went 2 1/3 in his first appearance of the season. Collins does have all 5 runs tacked to his name as he left a couple on base for Guyette to work with. But Guyette will have a clean chance here, and Thomas Carew will lead things off in the 4th inning for the Lightning. First pitch to him is out inside for ball 1. The next offering, swing and a miss, strike 1. Carew today laid down a bunt, and then he reached on an errant throw from Collins. And he sends a fly ball out to right field, playable. And Fralick makes the catch for out number 1. Good contact there, but right at the right fielder. So 1 down, and now the batter will be Jackson Score. Score today flew out his first time up and then was hit by a pitch and came around to score in the last inning. Takes a breaking pitch for strike 1. That one misses short. It is ball 1. 1-1 now the count on the Lightning center fielder, who is responsible for coming around to score one of their 5 runs. Takes this one low and away, ball 2. Once again, trying to find that breaking pitch. Not there. 3-1 the count. Inside, good pitch there. Strike 2. Full count now on score, 3-2. Right-hander against right-hander. Swing and a line drive right at Sajinski at out number 2. So 2 quick outs for Guyette in this inning. That will bring up Matt Heitpist for his 3rd at-bat of the day. He's obviously dealing on the mound. Scoreless 3 innings for him so far. Takes the first one away for ball 1. Once again, takes low and away, ball 2. Trying to find that breaking pitch is Guyette as the sun is inching closer to him here. Casting a nice shadow over the ballpark. That one hit him. So a 2-out hit by pitch. That's the, I believe, 3rd batter to be hit by a pitch today. Check that. 4 hit batters today. As there's a brief pause in the action, there's going to be a pinch runner here for Heitpus, standing down at first base. Couldn't quite see who the number was on that. But all that guy cares about is who he's facing in the batter's box, and that is Tegan Kapinski, who takes away for ball one. The next offering, swing and a miss. Strike number one in this battle. I believe down at first base, I believe that's Cass Christensen, number 21. As that ball is low and outside. 2-1 the count on Tegan Kapinski, the DH. And now that I can see more accurately the number, it is Jacob Kella. Breaking pitch gets away from Hunter. Kella's going to run down to second. Throw is a little bit offline. A stolen base on the wild pitch. Three-one pitch coming from Guyette. Pumps it in there for strike two. Full count. Three-two pitch. Ball four. Runner will advance down to third base, and be safe down there. So Christensen tagged up. Kapinski reaches on a walk, and that'll bring up Logan Hudson batting with runners at the corners. And 2 outs here in the top half of inning number 4. Couple of RBIs for Hudson today. Drove one in on a couple of singles. 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs. Not a bad opening day. First pitch to him is upstairs, ball 1. Second pitch is in for a called strike one. 1-1 now the count on Hudson, who if he keeps playing this way, he may steadily climb up the order here with this type of run production. 1-1 pitch, swing and fouled back out of play. And another big pitch coming up for Guyette. If he can get in and out of trouble in this inning without any further damage being done, that would be a moral victory for him. Breaking pitch just misses upstairs, 2-2. Swing and a fly ball out to left field. Playable. And the catch is made out and left to end the inning. No further damage done. The Lightning leave 2 stranded in the top half of inning number 4. When we come back, we'll see if Sawyer Klein can begin a rally for Notre Dame on the Score and the Notre Dame baseball, radio, and TV networks. Bottom half of inning number 4, we'll see a new man on the mound for the Lightning. It'll be their DH, Tegan Kapinski, who has come around to score a couple of times in the game today. He will be replacing Matt Heidpitz after 3 solid innings of work. Couple of hits here and there, but a 0 on the scoreboard, and that's all that matters. He is in line for the win if Appleton North can hold on to this lead. Sawyer Klein will be leading things off in the Notre Dame half of inning number 4. Klein in his first at-bat struck out swinging. First few innings for Notre Dame have gone eerily similar, with Klein being the leadoff man every other inning. He was the leadoff man in the second. He's now the leadoff man in the fourth. Tritons went down in order in inning number 2. Klein struck out swinging. Miles Hunter struck out looking. And Gavin Gretzinger popped out to the shortstop, Ramos. So Kapinski should be just about set here to face Klein. Notre Dame today only 2 hits. Those both came in the first inning from Christian Collins and Drew Sudds. The first offering to Klein is upstairs for a ball. Next pitch from Kapinski, fly ball, fouled out of play. Count even now at 1-1. The next offering is taken for strike 2. And Klein fouls this one off. Still 1-2. Klein leading off the 4th inning for Notre Dame, who have been shut out to this point. Some good work from the Appleton North starting pitcher, Matt Heidpitz. The ball is way inside for ball 2. Count evened at 2 apiece. This one is outside for ball 3. Full count now on Klein, who was aggressive in his first plate appearance. Let's see what he does here. Trying to get the leadoff man aboard for the Tritons, and he draws a leadoff walk. So that'll bring up Miles Hunter with a man on first. Hunter fouls this one up and way out of play. It's a souvenir for somebody. That went all the way, maybe even out the back of the stadium. There is construction going on the far right side if you're looking straight away at the ballpark. So maybe one of the construction workers will go grab that. Next offering is in quickly, 0-2. Hunter in a very crouched stance with some black and green batting gloves. Facing Kapinski. Ball low and away, ball 1. The 1-2. Inside, nearly grazed him. Count even now at 2-2. As an even bigger shadow being cast over the ballpark. The outfield is in complete sunshine. Infield almost entirely in shade with the exception of a couple spots here and there as that ball misses. 3-2 the count. Klein takes his lead at first. Timeout called. Full count, 3-2 pitch. Ball gets away. It didn't really matter. It was ball 4 anyhow. So Hunter is the second walk of the inning. So the first 2 are aboard for Notre Dame. Back-to-back walks. That'll bring up Gavin Gretzinger in a spot with a runner in scoring position. There's going to be a discussion and a potential pitching change here, which would be pretty quick draw on the Appleton North side of things. This is the first inning of work for Kapinski, but it looks like they might be thinking about putting somebody else in with no one out and 2 aboard. Try to stop any thought of a rally. Yeah, just kind of what I was saying. They leave Kapinski in there, just gave him a good discussion, maybe some positive reinforcement here as Gretzinger, who hit a little looper to the shortstop Ramos his first time up, has got 2 on and nobody out here in the bottom half of inning number 4. Big time spot for the Notre Dame second baseman. Takes a breaking pitch for strike 1. The next pitch to him, he tried to lay down a bunt. He missed it. And it goes out of play foul. 0-2 now on Gretzinger, looking for his first hit of the year. Notre Dame still looking for their first hit since the first inning. Christian Collins and Drew Sajinski had a couple of singles. It's been nothing but walks since then to get runners on board for the Tritons. Kapinski's next pitch, swing and a miss, and Gretzinger 3 up, 3 down. That's the first out of the inning. So 1 away now, still 2 on for Brennan Freilich, who drew a leadoff walk in the last inning for Notre Dame. Kapinski's pitch to him misses just barely low. That's ball 1. Next pitch, a big swing and a miss, strike 1 on Brennan Freilich, junior this year. One of the younger members of this varsity club. That one is outside for ball 2. Next pitch is outside. 3-1 now the count on Freilich. We'll see if Coach Barker gives him the green light to go ahead and swing. Tritons could use a big swing of the bat. And he takes that one away, so the bases are full on 3 straight walks. So 2 runners now in scoring position. And the top of the order is now up for Jack Freilich. Kapinski is in a tight spot here. Now, not necessarily uncharted waters for Appleton North. This is few times that Notre Dame has left a few on. They left them loaded in the last inning. 1-0 pitch to Jack Freilich outside. Throw down to third is not in time. That was ball 2. Anything but a ground ball is going to help the Tritons here. And Freilich with some good speed. Depending on how hard he hits it, might even be able to beat out a throw to first. Kopinski's pitch to him. Misses, ball 3. And having some command issues a little bit. 3-0 count to Freilich. Only 1 out in the bottom half of inning number 4. The pitch right over the heart of the plate for a strike. 3-1 the count. Nobody is warming up in the bullpen area for Appleton North as Freilich takes strike 2. He thought he drew another walk, but the count now full. Payoff pitch, swing and popped up foul out of play. Kopinski has worked himself in trouble. Let's see if he can work his way out. Swing and fouled out of play. So battling off a few pitches here. Freilich's approach has got to be just get the ball in play and see if something happens and try to hit one up in the air. 3-2 pitch once again, swung and fouled away. And Freilich even lost a glove there out of his back pocket. Another 3-2. Swing and a line drive. That is going to be down for a base hit. 1 run is in. Here comes another one. There will be another 2 men in scoring position on the RBI double from Jack Freilich. So Freilich, a big piece of hitting, gets Notre Dame on the board. That makes it a 5-2 ball game, and now the batter is Christian Collins. First hit of the year for Jack Freilich. There's a timeout, and this might be potentially where we would see a pitching change. It's been a rough go at it for Tegan Kopinski as he's gotten himself in a bit of trouble here with 2 already coming across home plate. Couple speedsters and the Freilich's on base still and only 1 out. Looks like his day is done as he walks off the field, so we can expect another pitching change here for Appleton North. Not even a full inning of work. So the new pitcher on the mound will be Cash Christensen, number 21, as he will get a bit of a warm-up here. He's still going to have a couple guys in scoring position trying to get out of this inning. Still only 1 out for Notre Dame. Kapinski only able to get through a third of an inning, and he has allowed 2 runs thus far. And he has a couple more potentially coming across the plate, depending on what Christensen can do with things here. Both of the Fralick boys are at second and third, Jack and Brennan. And Christensen's first batter that he will face will be Christian Collins, who singled and walked so far today. Fralick's hit on that RBI double. That was the first Notre Dame hit since the first inning. As I mentioned, a lot of walks dealt by the Lightning pitchers today. Collins takes the first pitch upstairs for ball 1. Next pitch, swing and a high fly ball out to center field. Going back to score. He's not going to be able to get it. Both runs are going to score. That one goes all the way to the deepest part of the ballpark. Collins is turning. He's looking for a Little League home run. Close play at the plate. He is out at the plate. So 2 runs will come across to score. Collins got very aggressive. He would have had a stand-up triple had he just held at third. But he'll settle for 2 RBIs. That was out number 2. And Drew Sajinski, now with nobody on and 2 out, will be the batter. First pitch from Christensen is upstairs for a strike. Next offering is away for a ball. Next offering is away, ball 2. Sajinski, to this point in the game, has singled, and he's reached on a fielder's choice his first 2 plate appearances. Facing Cash Christensen, right-hander against right-hander. Another ball outside. So ever since the first couple of innings of work for Matt Heitpis, both Tegan Kapinski and Cash Christensen have struggled a bit to locate a consistent strike zone, as the count is now 3-1 on the Triton third baseman. That's another walk. Ball 4. Sajinski is aboard. The inning keeps going. And that'll bring up Adam Guyette, looking for his first hit on the season. He walked back in the third. Boy, Notre Dame would love nothing more than to hit around here. They started their inning with Klein. They have Guyette and Jack Collins to get to potentially get back to him. Swing and fouled back. Guyette calls for time for a moment, gets a couple signals from Coach Barker, and is ready to dig back in against Christensen. The pitch. Check throw down to first will not be any trouble for Sajinski. Got a little bit far from the bag. That's strike 2 as well on Guyette. Oh, 2 pitch. Misses. So Christensen is looking for that final punch out of this inning to get out of what has been a rough inning for Appleton North. 4 runs this inning for the Tritons. Next offering to Guyette. Misses. The count even at 2-2. One on, 2 out. The next pitch to Guyette. Got him looking, strike 3. But significant damage done. We've got a brand new ball game. The Tritons do leave one stranded, but not before 4 come across to score. 5-4. Appleton North on the Score and the Notre Dame baseball, radio, and TV networks. It is now time for inning number 5. Adam Guyette is still on the mound for the Tritons in relief of Jack Collins, who went 2 1/3 innings. Guyette is looking to match and maybe surpass him in these next couple of batters. Leading off for Appleton North will be the shortstop, Nathan Ramos, who has flown out twice so far today. First offering to him. Swing and a ground ball that goes foul. That one just missed staying fair by less than a foot. It took a bounce in fair territory and then hopped out of play. Oh, 1 Guyette deals. Outside for a ball. 1-1 the count. Schedule for both of these teams will get busy pretty soon as Guyette sends the next offering. Gretzinger a sliding stop, but couldn't pick it cleanly. So the leadoff man is aboard. Ramos into first safely. And now the batter will be Brennan Otto. Getting back to that scheduling point. Appleton North, they'll have a doubleheader right out of the gate against Burlington on Saturday before they travel to Kaukauna on Tuesday next week. Pickoff throw to first, checking on the runner. Nothing doing over there. Once again, checking on Ramos over at first. On the Notre Dame side of things, assuming that the field and the weather conditions are positive, they will be in action a couple times the next 2 days. A timeout called here. Tomorrow against Wrightstown and Saturday against Xavier, both on the campus of Notre Dame at Harold Neville Park. As Guyette pumps in a strike. But obviously with all sorts of sports this time of year, the weather conditions play a big role in that. He had a couple softball games that had to be moved and rescheduled. Same with lacrosse earlier this week as the ball bounces in for ball 1. So everyone's just got to remain on their toes this time of year with weather conditions and field conditions and everything like that. Really concerned about Ramos over there at first base. Another pickoff throw to him. Don't want him to inch anywhere closer to getting into scoring position. The Lightning have been Solid hitting with runners in scoring position today. That one bounces foul off the bat of Ott, 1-2. Otto today, an RBI single in the third inning. Responsible for one of the 5 runs today. Next pitch to him, swing and a fly ball to center field. Collins twisting and turning. It's over his head. It rolls all the way to the wall. Ramos is going to turn and head for home. He will be in safely, and Otto slides into third, an RBI triple. Six to 4, Appleton North. So the error does come back to hurt Notre Dame as Colin Reddy is set to be the next batter faced, and Coach Barker might make a pitching change. Having a discussion on the infield with Guyette, who's coming in relief of the opener, Jack Collins. Collins went 2 1/3, had a rocky first inning, but then bounced back in a pretty solid way. Second and third only gave up 2 over those 2 frames, but that first inning giving up 3 early runs has really hurt Notre Dame, and there will be a pitching change as Guyette checks out. See who the new man on the mound will be. Looks like the new pitcher is going to be Jack Freilich. So having to do some makeshifting with the lineup. So Freilich comes in from right field. Left-hander, as you can tell, has got a good fastball. He's been a good pitcher for most of his life here. Pitched a lot in Little League coming up the ranks. This is where things will get interesting. The infield has stayed the same throughout the entire game. Klein at first, Gretzinger at second, Brennan Freilich over at shortstop, and Drew Sajinski at third base. The outfield is where there's been some makeshift work. They've kept Christian Collins in center the entire day, but now Freilich coming in from right. And you had Guyette come in from left earlier in relief of Jack Collins. So we'll see who Coach Barker decides to throw in right field. We'll take a quick break while Freilich continues to warm up. Back right after this on The Score and the Notre Dame Baseball Radio and TV networks. Colin Reddy, the third baseman, is the batter. He'll be the first man that Freilich faces. Left-handed pitcher fires in a strike. A high pop fly on the infield. Brennan Freilich is calling for it, and he makes a catch for out number 1. That will get us back to the top of the order, and Levi Watts, who has struck out a couple of times today. He was hit by a pitch his first time up, and we saw that speed that he has around the base paths. Freilich pumps in a strike. Otto still standing over at third base, runner in scoring position. Breaking pitch in for strike 2. 0-2 pitch, fastball inside, misses. 1-2 the count. You can see the heat that Freilich's got on that fastball, though. Always has had a good arm. The 1-2 pitch. Misses low, count even now at 2-2. Breaking pitch upstairs, misses. The count is full 3-2 to Levi Watts, and it's one of the last guys on this Appleton North team you want to get on the base pass with that speed that he has. Breaking pitch to him, fly ball right field. Going back and chasing it is Jack Collins. It goes out of play. So the count remains 3-2. Watts will have to swing the bat once again, try to drive in that run at third. In the on-deck circle, Thomas Carew, who is 0 for 2 so far today. He reached on an error back in the first. Ball 4 dealt to Watts, so 2 on with only 1 out. Top half of inning number 5. 1 run has already come across to score on the RBI triple from Brennan Otto. And now Watts draws a 1-out walk. Pickoff throw to first. Already can see that concern about Watts. Frelick. Runner goes. It will be stopped by Gretzinger as Watts steals a bag. Next pitch to Carew. Lefty on lefty matchup. Inside for a ball. So 2-0 on the Lightning left fielder. Next offering. Swing and a ground ball. It will be fielded cleanly by Gretzinger. A run is going to come in to score. That makes it 7-4. As Watts moves down to third base, and RBI ground out for Thomas Carew. So Jackson Score will be the next man to bat. Takes a big whiff at it and misses. Strike 1. There are now 2 outs in the inning. And another runner standing at third base. Frelick fires. That's a line drive. That's going to be down. It's going to be an RBI extra base hit as Collins will fire it in from center field. An RBI double for Score. 8-4 in favor of Appleton North. Well, we've talked throughout the majority of the game today that pitching was going to be the big story for Notre Dame. It certainly has been, and unfortunately for them, not in a very positive way, as Gretzinger makes a nice snag to keep that ball from going to the outfield. 3 more runs have come across in this 5th inning. They've doubled up the Tritons to this point in the ballgame. Frelick fires in a pitch that is swung on and fouled away. Next offering is low for a ball on Matt Heitpis, who is looking for his first hit of the season. He struck out twice, and he was hit by a pitch in the 4th. Next pitch from Frelick is in for a called strike. 1-2 the count. Frelick needs to get out of this inning without any more damage. Runner on second fires in a strike. It's swung on and hit to center. Christian Collins makes the catch to end the inning, but more damage is done. 3 runs come across for Appleton North. 8-4, we go to the bottom of the 5th on the Score and the Notre Dame Baseball radio and TV networks. Notre Dame's 5th inning will be led off by Jack Collins, who is 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts today. Looking to create another rally for Notre Dame, who find themselves trailing 4 in this one to Appleton North. 8-4 is the score. Bottom half of inning number 5 is just about to commence. Cash Christensen is on the mound for the Lightning. Collins, the left-handed batter, facing a right-handed pitcher, and Christensen figures to be a decent matchup for him in the batter's box. First pitch to him is upstairs for ball 1. Christensen deals inside for ball 2. Of course, all the glitz and glamour is made about Christian, and rightfully so. He had a tremendous football season. He's a good baseball player, but Jack is going to be a key figure in this Notre Dame baseball team this year. He swings and misses at that pitch. 2-1 the count. And if the Tritons want to have another successful season, they're going to need him to step up in a big way. Had a good year last year, but could use a little bit more inside a curveball for a strike. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a line drive that's going to be over the head of the second baseman, Campbell. And a leadoff single for Jack Collins. Leadoff man for Notre Dame once again is aboard. That'll bring up Sawyer Klein, who came around to score in that big 4th inning for the Tritons. He drew a walk his last time up. He's also struck out today, so 0 for 1 with a walk. First pitch is an upstairs heater for ball 1. And of course, Jack on first base over there is no slouch when it comes to the speed department. He's got plenty of wheels himself, so if Klein can get a hold of one here, it could be trouble. Ground ball will be taken by Ramos. He'll step on the bag for 1, throw to first for an easy 6-3 double play. So just like that, there are quickly 2 outs. And Miles Hunter will be batting with nobody on and trying to get some sort of spark going for Notre Dame as they're still in this 4-run hole. First pitch from Christensen. Misses for a ball. That one right over the heart of the plate for strike 1. 1-1 the count on the junior Triton catcher. The pitch outside for ball 2. Called strike 2. Count evens up at 2 apiece for Miles Hunter, who, similar to Klein, struck out his first time and then drew a walk his last time up. That one low and outside, ball 3. Full count now. Hunter was another trying to run across home plate in the last inning. That big 4-run inning for Notre Dame, and Hunter will call timeout. So he gets the start today. Kale Nelson, as I mentioned, a senior on this Notre Dame team, is in concussion protocol, so he is on his way back from dealing with that as Hunter draws his second walk of the day. 2-out walk for the Notre Dame catcher. That'll bring up Gavin Gretzinger, who is 0 for 2 today, looking for his first hit on the season. And there's going to be a courtesy runner brought in for Hunter. Jogging over to first base is number 12, Cameron Michaels. A bit more speed on the base paths for Notre Dame. First pitch to Gretzinger, swing and a miss, strike 1. The next pitch is swung on, a slow roller to first. Who's going to win the race to the bag? Gretzinger dives. He is out. Good hustle there from the second baseman, but Hudson was able to step on the bag first. No runs for the Tritons. They leave another one stranded. We go to the 6th inning. 8-4 is the score on The Score and the Notre Dame Baseball Radio and TV networks. We are ready for the 6th inning to begin. 8-4, Appleton North on opening Thursday. Here from Capital Credit Union Park in Green Bay, Wisconsin, the Lightning and the Tritons are battling in the first of what is going to be it's always a tricky season to manage, as I mentioned earlier in the game, with the weather and all the demands that come with that. Jack Freilich is on the mound for the Tritons. His first batter he will see in the 6th inning is Cash Christensen. This is Christensen's first plate appearance. He is replacing Tegan Kopinski, who could only secure 1 out in his inning of work. He took over for Matt Heitbus, who pitched 3 shutout innings, and then Kopinski gave up that big 4th inning to Notre Dame. 4 runs came across. The first pitch, Christensen fouls away for strike 1. Next pitch from Freilich is upstairs for ball 1. Each team has used 3 pitchers to this point in the game. Be interested to see if there are any more coming. Swing and a foul back out of play. 1-2 the count to Christensen. It was Heitbus, Kopinski, and now Christensen, who's currently in the batter's box for the Lightning. For the Tritons, it was Jack Collins, Adam Guyette, and now Jack Freilich, as Freilich bounces one to him. 2-2 the count. Leadoff man for the Lightning. The 2-2 pitch from Freilich. Downstairs, ball 3. Full count now on the designated hitting Christensen. And that's ball 4, a leadoff walk. So Christensen will take his base. And the batter will now be Logan Hudson. A few RBIs for him today. There's a little bit of a pause in the action here. I'm not quite sure what for. Umpires are getting things squared away on their lineup card, it looks like. So just a brief pause before Hudson's at bat. 2 for 3 with a couple RBIs today. Frelick working from the stretch. First pitch. Misses downstairs for ball 1. And another thing to monitor is the errors department. Through 5 innings, Appleton North clean in that department. No errors through 5 innings. Notre Dame, few errors to their name, which have resulted in a couple of runs coming across to score. So fundamental things that, Coach Barker will be over and they'll be working on to clean up for whenever their next game is. They're scheduled to play tomorrow against Wrightstown, but with the weather and field conditions, as there's a pickoff throw to first, you never know when you're going to get the opportunity to play again. The game is scheduled to be played on the campus of Notre Dame right now. But as of right now, the field is not in the greatest playing condition, so we'll see what ends up happening with that. And then again on Saturday against Xavier. The game tomorrow is scheduled for a 4:30 first pitch, similar to today. As that one is hit over the head of Gretzinger, a base hit. Hudson is now 3 for 4 as he reaches cleanly for the 3rd time today, and that will bring up Nathan Ramos. Ramos reached on an error his last time up. He hit a hard hit ball right at Gavin Gretzinger, and Gretzinger couldn't field it cleanly, and he ended up being safe. First pitch is pumped in for a strike. The next pitch from Frelick. Ramos shows bunt. It's popped up. Hunter couldn't get up quickly enough. It drops for strike 2. Runners were looking to advance on that bunt attempt. Like Collins, similar to how Appleton North got one in the last inning, you could really use a double play ball here to try to get his team back on offense. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a fly ball out to left field. Adam Guyette tracking it. It drops it right in front of him. The runners will have to advance. Guyette will throw it back into the infield. A run is going to come in to score. 9-4. And I mentioned errors earlier. That'll be an E7 and an RBI for the shortstop Ramos. Next batter will be Brennan Otto for the Lightning, as this one is quickly getting out of hand for the Tritons. Frelick will fire it over to second, not in time. Otto had that big RBI triple to score a run. This one pops sky high in the air on the infield. Who's going to get it? Sajinski and Frelick are calling for it. Frelick makes the catch. That's the first out of the inning. So Otto's the first out of the inning. Colin Reddy will now be the batter. Right-handed batter Reddy against the left-handed pitcher Fralick. The pitch. Misses, that's ball one. The next offering is just a little bit outside, ball two. Two-0 pitch is in for a strike. Count 2-1. 2 men on, only 1 man out. In the top half of inning number 6. Fralick fires in a fastball that gets hit to the gap out in left center. That's going to drop. 1 run is going to come in to score, and another man will be at third. That makes it 10-4 on the RBI double from Colin Reddy. Ten runs on opening day is a pretty good way to begin your season, at least I'd say. Back to the top of the order. Once again, the breaking pitch is in for a called strike to Watts. Ball bounces into Hunter. That's ball one. Said it a couple minutes ago, but Notre Dame could really use a double play ball to try to get out of this inning and maybe try to have another big offensive inning to at least put a little bit of pressure back on Appleton North here. Fastball misses low. 2-1 count. Fralick slips a fastball past him. It was foul tipped into the mitt of Hunter. 2-2 count. Watts walked his last time up. He's come across the plate twice today to score a couple of runs. That one misses. There's a little bit of confusion. I thought that was a strike as well, but they called it a ball. Full count now, 3-2. Full count pitch from Fralick is swung on and fouled back. Hunter could not get that one and hit the tarp. The protective netting behind home plate. So they will do it again. 3-2 count on Levi Watts. His team leading by 6. He's got a couple guys in scoring position and only 1 out in the top half of inning number 6. Jack Fralick, the lefty on the mound. Payoff pitch. Swing and a ground ball back up the middle. Diving attempt from Fralick. Just out of his reach. 2 more are going to come in to score. Close play at the plate there. But it's going to be an RBI double for Levi Watts. 2 more come across to score. 12-4 Lightning. Thomas Carew will keep things moving here. Lefty pitcher facing a left-handed batter. First pitch is in for a strike. Next offering to him. Misses for a ball. There's still only 1 out in the inning, so Appleton North could potentially get in mercy rule territory. They can get a few more and then shut out Notre Dame in the next half inning. Frelick gets a curveball to sit in for a strike. One-two pitch, swing and a fly ball. That's going to be in the gap once again in left center field. Turning and heading for home is Watts. He will be in safely. No throw to the plate. 13-4. Another RBI single for Thomas Carew. Second RBI of the day for the left fielder for Appleton North. And there's going to be a discussion with Frelick and Hunter on the mound, as this inning has been the biggest one of them all for the Lightning. 5 runs have come across to score in the top half of inning number 6, and there's still only 1 out. Jackson Score, who hit an RBI double his last time up, will be in the batter's box. And Coach Barker, I mean, it's a difficult situation here. You only got so many arms that you want to use, and assuming that you are playing all your games the next few days, as there's a fastball in for a strike. Frelick's curveball dips a little too low, ball 1. So Carew being held over at first. Score in the batter's box. Frelick still pitching on the mound. 1-1 pitch. Upstairs for ball 2. Frelick gets a curveball to go past Score. That's big swing and a miss, strike 2. So 2-2 the count on the center fielder for Appleton North. The next pitch from Frelick. Foul tipped. Score stays alive. Looking to add to his day and add to this run total that sits at 13. It's been a big-time day for the batters from Appleton North. They'll do it again. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. That's out number 2. Score is retired. And that will bring up Matt Heitpus once again. Looking for his first hit of the day. Struck out a couple of times. He was hit by a pitch earlier today. He's got a man on first and 2 outs. First pitch from Frelick. High fly ball towards right field. Chasing it is Jack Collins. He makes the catch to end the inning. But significant damage done. 5 runs come across to score. 13-4 is the score. Appleton North all over Notre Dame on opening Thursday. We'll be back for the bottom half of the 6th inning on The Score and the Notre Dame Baseball radio and TV networks. The bottom half of the 6th inning will be led off by Brennan Frelick, the shortstop for Notre Dame, who has drawn 2 walks today. For Notre Dame, his varsity debut, the younger brother of Jack. Notre Dame trails by 9 as we are just about set for action to resume on the field of Capital Credit Union Park. It has been all Appleton North today. Few big innings, a 3-run first inning to get it started, then 2 in the third, 3 in the fifth, and 5 runs in inning number 6 to put them at a total of 13. It will be Cash Christensen still on the mound for the Lightning, and like I mentioned, he will first face Brennan Freilich. First pitch to him is upstairs for a ball. Just going through my scorecard here, pretty impressive work on the Appleton North side of things, especially in the hits department, and also to this point through 5 innings, they have played a clean game, no errors, and of course all these numbers are unofficial because it's just me doing this by hand, but still something to look at. That's ball 3 to Freilich. .30 pitch, fastball right over the heart of the plate for a called strike. Freilich's had a couple nice moments in his debut today. The 3-1 pitch is taken for another strike. Count now full 3-2. And he swings and misses. A strikeout to begin inning number 6. So Freilich goes down swinging. That'll bring up Jack Freilich. Who had an RBI double in the 4th inning. Responsible for a couple of runs to come across. First pitch to him from Christensen. He swings and sends a ground ball that will be taken by Campbell, the second baseman. The throw is in time to get him. That is out number 2. That'll bring up Christian Collins, who has a couple of hits today. 2 for 2 with a walk. And an RBI triple back in the 4th, and he singled in the 1st. So he's been a bright spot in what has otherwise been a tough game for Notre Dame. Christensen's ready. He fires. Swing and a miss. The next pitch to him is inside for a ball. 1-1 the count. On the Triton center fielder. Interesting though, Collins played majority of last season at shortstop. Played it pretty effectively as well. Swings and sends a ground ball through the right side, a base hit. So a 2-out single for Christian Collins. Make him 3 for 3 today. And that'll bring up Drew Stadzinski. Finishing that point on Collins, he played majority of last year at shortstop. Moving him to center field, he has phenomenal speed, obviously. So can cover a lot of ground out there. Good arm. You obviously got to have a good arm to play short. And so he'll be roaming the outfield for Coach Barker's team this year. And always interested to see just kind of different positions. You know, a few guys are locked into certain spots, like Stadzinski will play third every day. He quickly falls behind 0-2. Collins is a versatile player on this team. You have a couple other guys like that as well. His brother Jack, he can pitch. He's played in the outfield. Jack Freilich can be using a little bit of a utility role. There's a swing and a miss to end the inning. So Collins hits a 2-out single. Other than that, nothing to speak of on the Notre Dame side. Good pitching for a majority of the day from Appleton North. We head to the final inning. Inning number 7 coming up next. 13-4 is the score on the Score and the Notre Dame baseball radio and TV networks. We are all set for the final inning of play here. Top of inning number 7, 13-4 ball game in favor of Appleton North. New pitcher on the mound for Notre Dame will be Drew Magnuson, so Jack Freilic's day is done. Magnuson, the right-handed pitcher, junior this year, getting his first action and the 4th pitcher to be used by the Tritons today. The first batter he will face will be number 4, Gus Riekman. So the first varsity pitch of Magnuson's career blows right past Riekman for a strike. Appleton North will be playing in a doubleheader on Saturday against Burlington. Back home. Good fastball here from Magnuson. Quickly 0-2 on Riekman. And then they'll be on the road. Appleton North will Tuesday at Kaukauna in Fox Valley play. That fastball just misses. 1-2 the count. And a breaking pitch misses upstairs. 2-2 on Riekman. The next offering is low for a ball. Full count now, 3-2. Next pitch is dropped by Hunter and a called strike 3. So a drop third strike, that's out number 1. And the first out of Magnuson's career. That'll bring up Logan Hudson. I believe, no, there's going to be a substitution here. Batting right now is Logan Gross, number 27. So a substitution here. Hudson's day is done. No need to put him back out there for the 7th in a game that's gotten away, as there's a ground ball to Gretzinger. That'll be out number 2 as Klein comes off the bag, an errant throw. So the batter's going to be safe there. Boy, you don't see that one very often, as Gross is going to be safe. Another Notre Dame error. They've been plagued by errors throughout the game today. One out, top of inning number 7. Drew Magnuson on the mound. Ground ball, foul. As Jacob Killa will dig in, he falls behind 0-1. The next pitch, swing and a ground ball, foul. And the count quickly 0-2. Magnuson's got a good heater. There's no denying it. He's throwing it with a little bit of mustard on some of these pitches. The 0-2 pitch, swing, fouled back out of play, and someone could maybe attempt to catch that. I'm not too sure. It hit the netting and then hit the roof of the complex behind home plate. So they'll do it again. The 0-2 pitch from Magnuson, just outside for a ball. Next pitch, swing and a slow roller. Will be fielded by Sajinski at third. Gets his man for out number 2. Runner will advance to second. So a runner on second with 2 outs. In the top half of inning number 7. Now batting will be number 19, Ian Feller. And he sends a ground ball to Gretzinger, a chance at redemption here. Who's going to be on the bag? Another errant play here as Feller trips over Magnuson. A run comes in to score. There was some confusion between Klein and Magnuson over who was going to field that ground ball there, and it results in a runner being safe and another run coming in to score for Appleton North. Still trying to get out of this inning. Swing and a ground ball, foul for Colin Reddy, who was hit by a pitch his first time up. He walked, and then he had an RBI 2-bagger his last time up in the 6th. Pitch from Magnuson, inside for a ball. Levi Watts is in the on-deck circle, bottom right-hand corner of your screen. And he's had a productive day. He had an RBI double his last time up as well, as Hunter was able to block that one nicely. It was outside for a ball. Two-one count, 2 outs. Top of the 7th inning. Swing and a ground ball, be fielded by Sajinski, eventually gathers and gets him out. Nice throw from Drew Sajinski to retire the side, but another run comes in to score on another error from the Notre Dame defense. 14-4. Last half inning coming up next on The Score and the Notre Dame Baseball Radio Network. Bottom half of inning number 7. 14-4 game. Appleton North has been in control since the first inning when they got out to a 3-0 lead over Notre Dame. It has been all lightning for Much of the day today. One more pitching change before the day is done. Gus Reichman will be the new pitcher on the mound for the Lightning to close things out. And in the on-deck circle, it looks like it's a little bit out of the far corner of the screen over there on the Notre Dame dugout. Looks like Drew Magnuson's going to lead things off. His team trails by 10, 3 outs to work with on the Notre Dame side of things against Reichman. Magnuson is ready. Reichman is ready. Here comes the pitch. Outside for a ball. 1-0 the count. Swing and fouled away. That evens things up at 1-1. Reichman takes a little bit of a pause before he deals. A swing and a foul makes it 1-2. Once again, the long pause from Reichman before he deals. 1-2 pitch. Down low, ball 2. So an even count at 2 apiece. On Drew Magnuson. Swing and a ground ball. It will be knocked down eventually. Throw across the diamond's not going to be in time. So Magnuson is safe on a hard hit ball. Ramos couldn't secure it. Leadoff man is aboard. Now batting is Cameron Michaels, another right-hander. And he sends a weak fly ball to the second baseman, Campbell. He's got it. That's out number 1. So Michaels is retired. We'll have a couple other young guns for the Tritons coming in. Kyan Redling will stand in. Big, tall left-hander. First pitch to him is outside for a ball. 1 on, 1 out, bottom of inning number 7. 14-4 ball game. Lightning and Tritons. Pitch outside to Redling. Now 2-0. Redling swings and fouls one back. 1-2-1. It has been all Lightning today. from Capital Credit Union Park. Pitch down low for ball 3 to Redling. Now 3-1 the count. Magnuson still standing on first base. And the pitch. Swing and foul back. Full count now 3-2. So Riekman will regather himself, get ready for the payoff 3-2 pitch. Magnuson still taking his lead over at first. Here it comes. It's down low, ball 4. So now a man in scoring position as Redling draws a walk. Still only one gone. This is going to be Reed Brokman, number 36, batting. First pitch to him is in for a strike. A 1 pitch to Brokman. Inside for a ball, count even at 1-1. Still only one out in the bottom half of inning number 7. Coming up for Notre Dame will be a game against Wrightstown, assuming that that game is still played tomorrow afternoon. 4:30 first pitch time. There's ball 2 in the dirt to Brokman. And then on Saturday, Notre Dame scheduled to play Xavier. That one is scheduled for an 11 o'clock first pitch time. Appleton North will have a doubleheader against Burlington on Saturday, and then they will be at Kaukauna on Tuesday. Pitch to Brokman, called strike 2. 2-2 the count. Next offering. Down low, ball 3. The count now full. Three-two pitch. Called strike 3. Got him looking. That's out number 2. Brokman is retired. And now the Tritons are down to their final out, and Ty Bumgardner will dig in. First pitch is low and outside, ball 1. And that one hit him, and that will load the bases. So up next, as Notre Dame keeps going to their bench here with their final out, that looks like Trip Roboleski, number 86. So the base is loaded. First pitch is upstairs. Roboleski, the freshman this year, takes a pitch in for a strike. Got Magnuson on third. Looking to get at least one more run in for Notre Dame tonight as that ball misses upstairs. The next pitch. Inside for a called strike 2, and now Notre Dame's down to their final strike. Appleton North has played to a T, almost perfect baseball. They're one strike away from getting their first game in the win column. Swing and fouled back out of play. Count still 2-2. Bases are loaded. Bottom of inning number 7. 14-4 game. Here comes the pitch. Inside, a called strike 3, and that is how the game will end. So Appleton North a few times get in and out of trouble. They win this one 14-4 over the Tritons. We'll be back with the totals right after this on the Notre Dame Baseball Radio and TV networks. Fourteen to 4 is the final score from Capital Credit Union Park. The teams shake hands. Appleton North will have a nice bus ride home tonight after that one. The totals from the game for the victorious Lightning: 14 runs on 11 hits, 0 errors, and they did leave 10 men on base. For Notre Dame, 4 runs on 6 hits. They did have 6 errors and 11 left on base. Once again, all of these numbers are unofficial because it is just me doing it by hand, but that gives you a rough estimate of how things went today. The game lasted about 2.5 hours about 2 hours and 40 minutes. Once again, Appleton North 14-4 over the Tritons. That does it for our coverage today. For Athletic Director Matt Koenig, his assistant Nicole Hunter, and the entire athletic department at Notre Dame, Dom DeAngelo saying goodbye and thank you for listening. Again, the final, the Appleton North Lightning 14 and the Notre Dame Tritons 4. This has been a presentation of The Score and the Notre Dame Baseball Radio and TV networks.